Skip survey. All right, hey guys. All right, so what I'm trying to do here is I don't have any video on my screen. So if you guys can hear me, I'm literally trying to watch it on my phone. So I don't have any video, so I got no idea if this is working. If you guys can see me okay, just let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. All right, so we're surviving. I've got good hotel coffee. I'm sitting in a crappy hotel down in Texas. Why? Because that's what my budget is. I got a text from my wife giving me a thumbs up. That's always bonus. Susan says you're all good. All right. So I think we're good to go here. This is kind of weird because I can't see myself on the screen where I can normally see myself. I'm literally looking at a black screen. Okay. We'll make it work. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I also appreciate Venture Surplus sponsoring us for the whole month of March. Venture Surplus brings the Army surplus store to your door, so you don't have to go hunting around, driving to a military base to go to the surplus stores that are outside. You can just go online, venturesurplus.com, free shipping and returns, all that stuff, good stuff indeed. Anyways, guys, I just wrapped up a week of classes down in Texas. The 2 weeks before that, I was down in Florida parachuting. Shh, don't tell my ortho surgeon that I parachuted. But anyways, we had a great week here in Texas. All right, let me rephrase that. So we're at the ETTS range, and we show up, and they built a new classroom. So, so they wanted to charge me extra money for the new classroom. Okay. It turns out it's not a new classroom. It's a garage that they kind of put a coat of paint in, but they did hang a TV. And it went downhill from there. They gave us a range. Now, they knew there's this massive rainstorm coming in, but they didn't give us our usual range because we used to hold classes there all the time. They said, no, H&K is using them, and then Glock is coming in. Okay, fine, whatever. They put us in this little bay, and it was nice, but it was, I won't even say it was grass. It was more patches of grass and Texas clay. Okay, but then it started raining. It turned into a total mud hole. So the 2-day pistol carbine course, we're halfway through the first day, and everybody, the Texas gumbo mud sticks to your shoes, and your shoes just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we lost 2 hours of training just because that was slowing people down. The second day, I came in and I was like, today we're supposed to be doing shooting while moving. I can't do this. I literally can't do it on this range. It won't be safe to do. So I went and hit them up, and they're like, well, you can have this other range over here. And I'm like, it's paved. Why didn't you give us this yesterday? Because nobody was using it the day prior. And they're like, well, this is the range that we had you listed for. So then that range wasn't deep enough for us to do barricade work. I need 100 meters. So they're like, oh, you can use this one over here. I'm like, there's no one on that range either. Why couldn't I use that range yesterday? Well, because that was the range that you were on. So anyways, we didn't get really good service from ETTS. I'm very disappointed. Let's go the next day. The next day, I needed a 300 to 400 meter range. Okay, right? Not that hard. They told me that they had, because we laid all these ranges in last year, right? Got to put them on a calendar. They were reserved. And when you email them what the requirements are, hey, on these 2 days, I need a 300, preferably 400 meter range. Roger that, we got there. 400 meters, piece of cake. They end up, not even one of their ranges, they give us a field, and I'm like, well, could you mow it? And they're like, no. So anyways, I got them to mow the first 50 meters. And so that brought us to Carbine Zero Mastery, which is a slow day. And, you're shooting 5-round groups. You're learning your point blank zero with the gun. And then, you're dead on balls accurate at 200 meters. And then we went back to 300 and 400 to gather data on the guns. All in all, a good class. The following day was Battle Rifle 1, a great course. Everybody that attended said that they really enjoyed it. And we get into suppressive fire and designated marksmen and shooting on a countdown. And anyways, lots of good stuff. Low power variable optics and using magnifiers. And the whole course is 50 to 300. So I needed a range to do that. Unfortunately, we still got by with the crappy field that they left us. So my reason for saying that is we had a great week of training. We had T-shirts for the students and, student handouts and patches and stickers, and everybody's happy. We got the fellowship during lunch and stuff. The guys that stayed at Beaumont Ranch, we got to visit and everything, go do dinner together. And my other instructors are like, Karl, it was good. You're good. You're good to go. But I try to, if you guys have ever attended my classes, I always try to give a very professional product. I try so hard to give you guys a very, very professional product. And so anyways, I was a little let down with it. Decompress. We got through it. Yesterday, drove down, got a hotel room, still in Texas. So because you got to remember, I've been gone for 3 weeks now. So I've got a bunch of video editing to get caught up on. Today, coach from Texas A&M Corps Cadets Marksmanship Team came down and visited, and he picked me up, and we basically went and we drove down to Orr Tactical. I met Colonel Orr. He's the guy that made the custom sniper ammo for my 338 Lapua. And if you need top of the line sniper ammo, there's no better ammo on the planet. And it's actually cheaper than a lot of other ammo I've gotten in the past. So great ammo, can't say enough. But he's got so many great things going on, these integral suppressors. And so anyways, it was a joy hanging out, spending time with him. We also we went out to lunch. I'm here in landlocked Texas, outside of Houston, and they've got a little Cajun restaurant there. And we went in there, and I'm looking at the menu, and I love Cajun food. Some of my favorite vacations are me and my wife, my father-in-law would bring the whole family down to New Orleans. We'd stay in the French Quarter, and the food, and some of my fondest memories with my father-in-law and with my whole wife's family is we would go get off the plane, right? Hey, we got to go to this bar at 2 p.m. to get this appetizer, and then we're going to go to this bar to get this. Then we go to this vendor to get the crawfish po' boy, and then we go over here to have crawfish étouffée. Don't forget that afternoon Cafe du Monde, and you get your coffee and your beignets, and then this restaurant for early dinner, and then over here for this drink, and you finally wrap up at like Maximo's with a 9:45 evening reservation, and you realize you ate so much food, and it was all good. So anyways, anytime I can have Cajun food, it always brings a smile to my face. I started off with good seafood gumbo and these appetizers. He had boudin bites and swamp rolls, and all with crawfish sauce over the top, and shrimp, and just everything. And then I wrapped it up with crawfish étouffée. Oh yeah, I had gumbo, and I covered the whole table. I ate the whole thing till I couldn't move anymore. And didn't touch the salad or the bread or anything. There was definitely no room, not when I've got good Cajun cooking there on the table. So anyways, that was the highlight of my 3 weeks that I've been away from home. The highlight of my 3 weeks. That's not really fair. Hanging out with my wife and kids down in Palatka, Florida. That was fun. Then tomorrow, I get to check out of this hotel and drive down towards San Antonio. And again, I got to check into another hotel early because I've got a bunch more video edits to do. Then tomorrow night I have a dinner meeting with a guy and his wife Anthony. We just did. He was one of my instructors' classes. Him and his wife are just great. But the following day, Friday, I am down at Demolition Ranch. We're going to be filming with Leviathan, a bunch of other social media guys. It's not open to the public. Don't even think about it. But we're going to have a great time out there. I'm bringing a coach from Texas A&M down there with me. We are going to have a great time indeed. We really are. Then they've got some big after range day party and dinner down in San Antonio. I don't care nothing about it. My ass is going to start my 13-hour drive back home to Kentucky so I can go home and see my family. My goal is to try to make it halfway home on Friday night. Probably drive till midnight. And then the next morning I'll be home by noon and I can hug my puppies and my wife and my kids, and it's going to be awesome. All right, so let's see what questions you guys got coming in for me. This is weird because I'm looking at a blank screen here. So I've got one question that's come in from Miss Bridger. All right, she's one of our moderators. Without further ado, Tactical Rifleman Karl, if you had the property and the funds to build the ultimate training facility, what would you include? Lodging, long range, shootouts. Let's say it is on a 640-acre parcel. 640 acres is not enough. It's just not. For example, Tier 1 group is 777 acres, and it is still too small. Sniper ranges eat a lot of it, but then the driving track, the on-road driving track where they do high-speed vehicle dynamics, that eats a lot of the property. But honestly, I want absolutely nothing to do with a training facility. I would not build a training facility. Brother, if you're interested in building a training facility, you've got unlimited money and you just want to build something awesome, the ultimate playground for guys and everything. Because you understand you're looking $200-300 million, but if you've got that kind of money and you've really, if you want a list of the ranges and the lodging and the facilities and the drainage and the infrastructure that goes with it, the fleet of vehicles and everything, if that's what you want, I'd rather you just give me $10 million for slapping you in the face, donate $100 million to charity of my choice, and then you take the other $100 million and go on a 12-month tour of the world and just get all that facility shit out of your head, because you do not want the headaches of trying to build facilities. Do not make money at all. There's no the Blackwater compound does not make a dime. It is a money pit. Tier 1 group is a money pit. They throw money at that thing. Darcy is a money pit. I don't know of a single training facility that makes money. I'm here for you. Remember, I want my 10 million up front for saving you that other 200 million though. And then, serious, if you think about it, with that $100 million, they say money can't buy happiness, but it could. You understand it could. You buy yourself 2 matching Lamborghinis and then literally take one out and just test the front airbags on it. Just destroy it. Freaking destroy it. And then get out of it and just throw the keys on the ground and go get into your second one. And because you obviously got money to play with, right? But then after that, because that would be fun. You got a small cut over your eye, a little bloody nose from the airbags. But how many people can say they just threw the keys of a Lamborghini on the ground? You see, you're making memories for your grandkids, right? And I'm just saying, but don't forget my 10 million cut for saving you $100 million. remember, I get to pick the charity to donate it to, the other 100 million. A lot of good charities out there, guys. There really are. The reality is, there's a lot of veterans that are having issues. There's a lot of kids out there that are having issues, and while I would like to start a special safari park where where rich people could pay money and hunt like politicians and stuff like that. I don't have the money. I don't have the money to pull that off. I really don't. I really want to, though. I really want to. Hey, before I forget, though, I want to remind you guys that March is the Tactical Rifleman Survival Month at Nutrient Survival. So, you got dark clouds on the horizon, right? If for March, because you can always use TR10, right, to save 10%, but it gets better. For the whole month of March, you use TR15, saves you 15%, and that's because their stuff is top tier. So I understand it's expensive. So anyways, but the cool part is you also get a patch. I think I got one of those patches around here. Did I ever show you guys that patch? I don't think I did. I think I got one in my bag. Wouldn't that be awesome? Would that be cool if I could actually show you guys one? Because that would make total freaking sense to me. I don't have it. All right, so what I do have is the brown ones, right? So it's like the brown one from last year. Ain't that a sexy patch? But it's the new black one. So it looks identical. It's just the background is black now to match 5th Special Forces Group. I had them change it for this year, and those are my extra brown ones. I've only got one black one, guys. It came with my bucket. I got myself another bucket. Carl? What do you mean by bucket? I appreciate you asking. Right. On the 5th of this month, we started with the dry bag with the Operation Valkyrie dry bag, and you got the black patch with that. On the 12th of March, we had the TR Special Forces bucket that also comes with the black TR patch. And then starting on the 19th is the build your own number 10 can bundle. You basically, right, box holds 6 number 10 cans, and you get to pick any cans you want. And then again, you add the patch at checkout. You still save 15% off of it. But they're available all month long. It's not just for those weeks. So that's still a good deal. What I like about the number 10 can bundle is there are certain, because you guys know, like we're when I get home, right, my Aunt Helen and David and Jamie and me, we always put in a big garden. I've got all my trees up in the fruit tree orchard. I got my bees. I got this. I got that. David's got Black Angus cattle out on his farm. We don't have any dairy cows. We don't. And I don't have chickens. My neighbor's got chickens, right? But the reality is I don't have chickens. So there are certain things that I can't do with what I have on the hill. So me and the wife, whenever we buy eggs on sale, my wife will freeze dry them. We can do 50 eggs at a pop or 5 dozen. I think my wife does 5 dozens at a pop because we have 5 trays in our Harvest Right freeze dryer. So we can freeze dry eggs, but you can pick out number 10 cans that have the vitamin milk, the vitamin butter, and then of course I'm always gonna stock up on more homestyle scramble and Southwestern medley. Those are my 2 favorites, backed up by 3 cheese macaroni, and it's good stuff. So anyways, again, TR15 for the rest of the month. You've got a couple days left. Jump on that if you want to, right? And that's how you get that black tactical rifleman patch. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait till next year. And when we do it again in March, and then it'll be a different color patch. I don't know what color to do next year. What do you think? What color patch you guys think I should do next? This is some of the crappiest hotel coffee I've ever had. So anyways, it is what it is. So anyways, that's what we're doing. I want to remind you guys that the TR calendar is up. And so basically I leave from here. Remember, I went to Florida, then I come here. I go home for about a week and a half, get caught up on stuff. My wife's honeydew list is getting huge. But then me and Emery are starting classes at Montgomery County Shooting Complex in Tennessee, just south of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Gun runner pistol. If you are new to a pistol or you're great with a pistol and you want to get better, but specifically if you need to work on grips, fundamentals, all that stuff, because we have people that show up to class, they just don't know what they don't know. Gun runner pistols the first 2 days, and I can't think of a better pistol course for people to take before they go to the next day, which is combat pistol. Combat pistol is not a introductory to pistol course. Combat pistol that is my intro to combat shooting. Then the next 2 days is combat pistol carbine. Again, manicured, perfect ranges for me to do this on, not a mud hole at all. And then the following day is carbine zero mastery. We do that on a 400-meter, perfectly manicured lawn, got beautiful berms and everything. The classroom's awesome. And then the following day is battle rifle 1, but we're not done there yet. We have another 2 days of classes, which is high-risk concealed carry. So you've taken our classes, duty belt, you learn all this stuff on your gun belt. Because when you show up for a combat pistol, I don't want you using an inside the waistband holster. Those are different drills. Well, everybody's like, well, when can we do these drills? High-risk concealed carry is for you to use those inside the waistband holsters, whether it's appendix carry, 3 o'clock, 5, smaller back, whatever it is you use. You have to bring a cover shirt or a sweatshirt. You got to bring a button-up shirt, and you got to bring a jacket. I don't care if it's August. I don't care if it's December. You're going to do all 3 of those different cover garments. We'll show you a few other things. But anyways, that is a 2-day course. And Emery and Chad Mormon put it together. And it's great. It's a really awesome course. So if you're looking to go to the next level with your pistol skills, EDC, everyday carry, but you want high threat drills where you're going to be doing shooting and not just practicing. It's good stuff. It really is really good stuff. Then the second half of April, because you understand that's 9 days straight class. So you don't have to sign up for all 9. You don't have to. There are still slots available, but you don't have to sign up for all 9. And you pick any 1 or 2 day classes in there you want. Second half of April, I've got a bunch of tactical rifleman videos to film because right now I've only got enough classes to get me through April. I don't have any classes, any videos that are done for May and June yet. You guys realize I haven't missed a single Friday since I started this YouTube channel. We have put up a new video every Friday for over 5 years. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? So anyways, I've got a bunch of videos to film, and but that brings me to May. In May, I've got 2 blocks of training. The first one is a Mountain Readiness Expo, which is in North Carolina. It's up in the mountains. And you go to mountainreadiness.com if you want to sign up for it. It is a 3-day prepper preparedness expo. You pay 1 fee, and that gives you access. And they've got like 20 or 30 different instructors. Alan Kay, the guy who won the first year of the competition alone, Chris Weatherman, and Byron Russell, all these other people from the homesteading community, YouTube channels, everything else, book writers, all this stuff. And me and Emery are going to be there also. But so there's little seminars, a little 1 and 2 hour blocks of instruction. I know a bunch of you have already signed up for it. Like I think Susan and Karen are, they're taking a class on how to slaughter chickens and how to clean them, prepare them, stuff like that. There's lots of great classes like that. What is it? Water bath canning and just all kinds of great stuff. Like I'm doing one carbine rifle, AR rifles for women. No husbands allowed because husbands are not good at teaching their wives how to. It's a 1 hour class just to get them No live ammo, just we're going to use dummy rounds, magazines, go get them familiar with the functionality of the firearms. So anyways, we're going to do that. That's 3 days long. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but then Monday through Friday, me and Emery are going to stay there. About 40 miles away is a nice range complex that we've been invited to. If you want to run classes here. So we are going to be up there. Same thing, combat pistol. Then Tuesday, Wednesday is combat pistol, carbine, and then Thursday, Friday is high risk concealed carry. So those classes are filling up, but there's still slots left. Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, but I think there's a couple slots left for each of those. So anyways, there's room. We'd love to have you all come out. And after that, I've got the NRA show in Dallas, Texas. And I'm already going to be in Texas anyways, because I have a private course right before it at a nearby ranch. And then from there, I'm out, guys. I'm loading up the tactical rifleman family. My wife, my son, Emery's going with us, a few other people, even Kyle Lamb. And we are going to Normandy, France with the round canopy parachuting team. Kyle Lamb's actually picking up our parachutes for us. He's going to drop them off at my house for me. And we have to rent them from Round Canopy Parachute Team in Florida. But I've got it all worked out. I'm going to jump master a World War II airplane, and I'm going to put my son and Emery and all these guys out for the 80th anniversary of D-Day. And there's big ceremonies over there and everything. It's going to be awesome, 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 awesome. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it yet. But we're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be a great, great time. So, anyways, that gets me through June, and then July we have not high risk concealed carry. We have low light, no light course, and so for those of you that aren't familiar with that class, we start off with flashlights a little bit. But then we get straight into using night vision, the different types of night vision, everything from Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 I squares, and then digital night vision and thermals. I have examples of all of it there for them to see them. But then the cool part is I know buying night vision is a big step forward for a lot of people. So I got AGM Global Vision out of Arizona. And these are American-made nods. They are providing brand new PVS 14s, Ghost White Phosphor PVS 14s, and brand new, one per student. And then at the end of the course, if the students want to buy them, they're already there. It's a complete green bag kit, head harness, everything. I'll have helmet mounts and a helmet mount. If you want the helmet mount afterwards, you've got to pay extra for that. But the full green bag kit, nod, all that stuff, sacrificial lenses, all that stuff's all included. And you're paying my price instead of buying them off the internet because I'm not doing it to make money off the nods. I did it because I want people to come train. I want to make the world a better place. So we're going to do that at the Louisville Armory, so you don't have to wait until 10 p.m. to go outside to use your nods. We're literally going to start. All I do is hit the switch on the wall, and it is balls ass dark in that place. And so anyways, that's a 2-day course, and we'll be doing pistol drills, rifle drills, over one eye, over the other eye. Same thing with rifle and pistol. Advantages of one, advantages the other. Disadvantages of over one eye, disadvantages over the other eye. And the goal is to get people, because there's so much more to using nods than just doing this with your rifle. Everybody's, oh yeah, I forgot to run this 12-inch tall riser on my AR, so I'm good with nods. Brother, that has so little to do with shooting with nods. So anyways, I've got a bunch of classes, and I'm falling behind here. Let's see, I got a bunch of questions. So let's jump back into them. All right, let's see what I got here. This is from Mitchell Kuda. Question: what would be the best all-purpose 22 rifle? Remember, I can't see, so I need a rail for optics. Was in class last fall in Texas. Sorry, your experience this week was disappointing. No, brother, I love Texas. I do, but sometimes you need to take a break, you know. I'm ready to get back to Kentucky and hang out with my family and my dogs. All right. So back to your question. I kind of blew it off, right? Best all-purpose 22 rifle. And there's some good ones out there. Honestly, I would push you towards a Ruger 1022. Right? It's got then there, and here's why. That is the AR of the 22 long rifle world. It is every company that makes accessories for rifles makes accessories for the Ruger 1022. So, like mine, for example, has a Tactical Solutions heavy barrel on it, insanely lightweight. It's threaded for a suppressor, so of course I have a suppressor on it. I have a FabTech stock on it. I'm running a primary arms 1-8 with a Griffin reticle in it. And I'm running, I want to say 50 round mags. And I want to say they're actually made by Ruger. I'm not sure, Ruger or whatever company it is, but you can go to all these different companies and you can get stuff for Ruger 1022. There are takedown versions where basically the gun will fold in half. And I know there are other guns that will fold in half. You know, there's a company that makes an old survival one where the barrel actually goes inside the stock. You would be better off getting a takedown Ruger 1022 because you're gonna, like you said, you've got to put an optic on it anyways. So Ruger 1022. You guys understand I'm doing all this staring at a screen where I can't see anything. Crazy stuff. Crazy. All right. I have Annalise and Kyle Beeler, threw down 10 bones. And, I appreciate that because, the internet's for free. You're getting all these questions and answers and free. You get to sit here for 2 hours and watch me do verbal diarrhea. But Annalise and Kyle are like, Carl, we appreciate you doing this. They throw down $10. Appreciate it, Annalise. I appreciate it. Kyle. I appreciate it. Hey, Karl, just curious, but at this point, is it looking like High Risk Travel 2 will be happening this year or maybe next year? That class will be next year, not this year. And it's because I have not had enough people sign up for High Risk Travel 1 yet to justify me doing a High Risk Travel 2. You got to get your wife to take High Risk Travel 1. You really do. Annalise needs to take that. All right. Without further ado, is back Karl, what metric can we use to determine what skill level we are at to figure out what classes would be above our abilities? Number one, there's not really a metric. When you attend, I prefer people to start with combat pistol, with that course, combat pistol. What you're going to find is unless you're already a good pistol shooter, we're going to spend a lot of time working on the fundamentals with you instead of working on the combat drills. And if you think that's the case, if you're like, the gun jumps around in my hand, my stance and everything, I would prefer everybody to take gun runner pistol before they come to combat pistol 101, right? 99.9% of people won't do that because they really don't know what they don't know till they show up. And I have a lot of people that show up and they're like, well, I've already trained with this instructor and I've trained with this Delta operator and I've trained with this SEAL and this Green Beret. Yes, I got that. But understand, they're wanting to do more advanced stuff and they don't have time to go over the basics. And a lot of instructors don't want to hurt your feelings, so they don't tell you how bad your grip sucks. That's not me. I hurt people's feelings all the time. Me, Emery, Randy, Coach, Anthony, all the instructors, we will go out of our way and work with you during breaks to try to work on the fundamentals, but understand gun runner pistol is 2 whole days of just doing the fundamentals, and you'll get it down. And if you don't believe me, I don't know if Maria LaCourte is in the chat room, but her husband made her take gun runner pistol. Her husband took it too, but so did a bunch of the other patrons. We held it right before our Patreon course. And by the end of it, when we started the Patreon course and we went to the basic firearms day, Maria was completely crushing a lot of the other guys there that owned all these guns and kits and body armor and thought that they were awesome because she had just mastered the basics. The girl did not have any bad habits, right? So I'm very proud of the course that Emery and Chad Mormon put together. Very, very proud of that course. From there, combat pistol carbine. Now, one thing we do in combat pistol carbine, it's actually in the student handout, the very back of it. I give you a list of the critical task evaluations that my old unit used back when I was still active duty. Now, a lot of units still use those, right? And the list changed from year to year, but they usually always go back to the same ones. And they're easy, right? Called the up drill, basically. Rifle presentation, high ready or low ready, 1 second, right? Buzzer goes off, bang, put 1 round on target. Got to be in the high A zone from 5 meters. Okay, piece of cake. Pistol presentation, right? Shooter ready, standby, beep, draw, put 1 round in 1.5 seconds. That's in full kit, everything. Does not matter, but and there's I want to say 11 of those critical task evaluations. Check drill, buzzer goes off, 1 round rifle. Your rifle will jam. Goes to slide lock. Immediately transition to pistol. Send the second shot. Pistol in retention. Check the rifle. Bolts locked to the rear. I can fix that. Then reholster. Reload the rifle. Fire 1 more round to stop the clock. I want to say you guys get 11 seconds for that. I get 10 seconds. My time on that is usually 7 to 9 seconds, depending if I've warmed up or not. Very, very easy to do. The reason why I say that is we give that list because we're not trying to hide it from you guys. Matter of fact, if you go back through our video archive, you can go to shooting drills and you'll see that there's a whole series called critical task evaluations. And I want to say there's 12 videos there. The first one shows all 12 of them very, very quickly. But then all the other videos are each individual. There's a separate video for each critical task evaluation. Now, you don't need to know those before you come to our classes. You don't. I've had people come handicapped, wheelchairs, 1 eye missing. You show up. You can be skinny as a rail, no muscle mass. You can be 400 pounds. I do not care. You can be young but mature, or you can be old, over the hill mature. I've had 18 to 80-year-olds in classes, and I'm not going to push you harder than what you can do. And I don't really like putting classes out and saying, well, you've got to meet this standard or you can't come. All right. One thing I will say is you cannot do the advanced pistol carbine class unless you've already done combat pistol carbine, because that course builds off of the other ones. I would prefer people to take pistol carbine before they take battle rifle, but it is not required. They are 2 different skill sets. Combat pistol carbine is 3 to 100 meters, right? It's all very, very close, shooting barricades, movement, all kinds of stuff like that. Close quarters battle type distances. Battle rifle 1 and battle rifle 2 are 50 to 300 meters. They are keeping the bad guys out at a distance. I hope I answered that well enough for you. All right. But yeah, please check out and that goes for all of y'all. Check out our CTE videos. You can find them in our video archive. All right. That's that one. Next one is Ghost Anime. I see you made it home safe, brother. Guys, he attended Battle Rifle 1. He showed up that morning, and he had a red dot, little bitty red dot on his AR, and he's reminding me here, Karl, I still haven't received my certificate for Battle Rifle 1. LOL, joking, awesome class. Thanks for teaching it. He signed up for it after I'd already left to go to my parachuting. And somehow he slipped through the cracks, and him and another gentleman, I did not have graduation certificates for them. My bad. I will go stand to me. I'll get you your certificate. Let me get home and hug my dogs and my wife, and drink some of my own coffee, not this ghetto ass stuff I got here. And I will get you your certificate. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. I'm a man of my word. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. I'm seriously looking at, I see you guys are having chats and stuff in the chat room. Okay, that's what the chat room's for. That is indeed what it's for. I got one more here. Killing a caged chicken or wild chicken. John Massey, Karl, do they still use task condition standards? The Army does. What they're talking about, guys, is when somebody gets ready to teach a class, the first thing they do, they put up a slide and they say, all right, the next task we're going to cover is how to properly load the M9 Beretta pistol. Conditions: given an M9 Beretta pistol, 1 magazine of ammo, and 9 rounds of ammunition. Properly load the Beretta M9 pistol. And then it'll list standards. The standards is you will properly load and unload the Beretta M9 pistol with given magazine within the allotted amount of time. To me, that's the Army being the Army, and I understand what it is. Rather than do that, what I do is, and you can ask a lot of people that have taken the same class over and over again, and people would say, well, that's a waste of money. No, I have a lawyer that has taken combat pistol 5 times. He gets better every time. One of the best military, you guys can't go to it, is Mid-South Institute of Combat Shooting down in Mississippi. They train like, Gold Squadron, and the Dutch go there, and all these special ops units. My old unit would go there before every deployment. We would go do 5 days of shooting there, about 3,000 rounds per guy. And then from there, we would go to like Blackwater or Tier 1 Group or Darcy, somewhere to use the shoot houses. But our flat range train up was always done there. And it was the same drills by the same instructors every time. So why do you go? Why do you go to do it? You do it because, one, you always have new guys in the unit, but also because it knocks the dust off and you will learn more every time you go. And because they have a set standard, and that set standard is where it's established for all Tier 1, Tier 2 units. So you go there and you're shooting the same shooting facades, and the times are up on the wall, who has the best times and everything. It's really fun to do. So yeah, good stuff indeed. Good stuff. I think that was my last question. Yep. I got Alphas telling me that I'm sure Steve Holland is. What if Steve's watching? So anyways, what I do for classes is, instead of saying this is the time standard, we have 1 hour for this and 1 hour for this, and this is what you have to do, and if you don't do this and pass, you fail. I don't do that. Ask people that have attended a bunch of courses. They'll tell you that for a 1-day course, I usually show up with 2 days worth of drills, because if I teach combat pistol to let's say a SF unit, or even a National Guard unit, or a law enforcement unit, sometimes you get a unit that is already switched on and they've already got the basics down. Okay, fine, I'll jump ahead, and we'll keep jumping ahead till they get to all the good stuff. but then I have other groups where, this is what I want to go to next. But as me and my instructors are looking at the students, like, and Nick, Emery will come up to me like, hey, look, we got 14 guys on the line. 9 of them have crappy grips. We really need to do a couple more grip drills. Roger that, right? Grip drills were further down. Right, we'll pull grip drills out of the wastebasket and we'll put them right here. So every course is custom tailored to the people that are attending it, and really, to me, that is the best way to do it. On a 2-day course, I bring 3.5, 4 days worth of drills, and I never get through everything that I want to do. That's okay. We still wrap up each day. We try to accomplish the same amount of stuff. Sometimes we do. I usually stay on schedule the best I can. But when I say I bring 3 days worth of drills, a lot of those other drills are just there listed for special occasions. Hey, I've got a group that needs to learn this, or they need to do this, or they want to focus on this. And so we have the drills there available. So we don't, my courses are not pass or fail, because I'm not selecting you guys to be part of my team. I'm not. You're already part of my family, right? Our training family here. And my whole thing is, even if you didn't make the standard, did you still learn? Did you still gain knowledge? Because every drill takes 3,000 to 5,000 repetitions for you to master it, to push it into your subconscious mind, make it muscle memory, right? For example, when I went through Safartech, that's our hostage rescue school at Range 37 on the backside of Fort Bragg, you would do 10 magazines of single shot up drill from the low ready. And then you do 10 magazines of hammered pairs from the low ready. And then you do 10 magazines of failure drills from the low ready. And then you do single shot from the high ready, 10 magazines, 10 30-round magazines. And you understand, after 2 weeks on the flat range, because you do this literally from sun up to past sundown, you're developing muscle memory. I can't do that with you guys because I don't have you for 2 weeks. I don't have Uncle Smoothie paying for your ammo. So Fartech is 63,000 rounds of ammo per student. Thank you, taxpayers, for paying that. But understand, those assaulters, when they get to the end of that course, they are literally ready to go back to their assault troop, jump on a plane, and jump right into a gunfight. They have the muscle memory. They've got all the tactics, techniques, and procedures down. I have you for 1 day, maybe 2. So rather than doing 10 magazines of the same drill, we'll do maybe 1 magazine of that drill. But then I'm making sure you understand the drill, so then you can go back home. And that's why I give you student handouts with lots of blank pages. You guys can write the drills down that you want to work on. And then when you get home, you can say, hey, man, I want to work on the zipper drill. I want to work on this switching hands drill. That is going to help me be better at my strong hand and support hand. And so we got so many great drills. There's no way I could have you beat them totally into your memory. So anyway, it's good stuff. Ghost Anime's back with 2 more bones. Also, thank you for fixing my AR-15, Karl. I remember I didn't fix it. What happened, guys, was the pin in the back of the trigger mechanism. There is a pin back there that's on it, rides a spring. And that is what locks in your buffer and your buffer spring. That pin is supposed to be captured when they assemble your gun, as they thread your buffer tube in there, the buffer tube into the back of your low receiver. It's supposed to be just over the lip of that pin to capture it. And then you tighten the nut down when it's torqued to spec, then you stake it. Whoever made his gun, I'm not saying the brand. I don't want him to say the brand. I'm not big on bashing companies. they did not tighten it down enough. They staked it so I could not fix it for him. They staked it, but it was not far enough. And what happened was that pin popped out inside his trigger mechanism and actually got down and binded up the sear and the hammer. His gun shit the bed in the middle of a drill. No problem. The field fix for that is just take that spring and pin out of the gun. Now, understand every time you open the receiver, the buffer and buffer spring are going to slide forward. No big deal. Push it back in, hold it with your finger. When you slide the upper receiver down, push the pin shut. That does not keep the gun from functioning properly, right? But understand that gun is not fixed, brother. You need to, and I apologize, I didn't have my wrench there, but you need they make a special wrench for that buffer tube nut, and you need to break that where they stake that pin. It just flared it out. They didn't flare it out very much. Break that loose, loosen it up, thread that buffer tube one more 360 around. That's going to bring it in enough. You're going to need a new pin because that one was chewed all the crap. Your spring broke in half. So you buy those two pieces. You have that gunsmith. He shouldn't be charging you more than $20 for parts. And then, he'll probably charge you where I would do it for free, he's probably going to charge you $100 labor. And if he's charging you more than $150, I'd tell him to suck a dick. He's screwing you over, and that's not fair. That's not the American way, right? All right, it's the American way now, but it's not what Americans should be doing to each other. It's just not good coffee, guys. It's not good coffee. Not good coffee. All right. Can you guys still hear me okay? Is that a definite maybe? Can you guys still hear me? Is the camera still pointed where it's supposed to? Because I can't see it. Vince is here. Karl, speaking of ammo prices and getting in a ton of drills, what's that outfit that makes the training aid, not Cool Fire Trainer, the other one? If you're looking for a pistol, Cool Fire Trainer runs off of compressed air. What I use when I'm driving down the highway, I use what's called a dry fire mag. It's got an orange butt plate on it, but it's just a spring that resets your trigger bar in your Glock. And they make them for SIGs and everything else. And then what I do is make sure you unload, show clear, no dummy rounds, no live ammo, no nothing. You put the dry fire mag in the gun, it will not shoot live ammo. All right. And I dry fire as I'm going down the highway. Big signs that are close, those are fast engagements. Signs that are small down the highway, I drive with my knee. All right. And small ones, slow, precise aiming. Again, you don't need to do that while you're driving. Now, if you're talking about for rifle, the Mantis X Blackbeard is it is something you can pull the bolt and bolt carrier out of your AR. You can put the Mantis Blackbeard in there. What it does is it resets the trigger for you, but it also has a visible red laser that goes off. And they make a green laser one. I don't know if they make an IR one. Everybody thinks green laser is better. If you're going to buy a Mantis Blackbeard, I recommend you get the red laser, not the green laser. Here's why. If you're going to use one of the online or the computerized training simulators where you can put the projector up on the ceiling and project it, and it's got another camera so when you shoot, the plates actually fail down. It's kind of like a video game, but it's made for guys to train with guns. It's what's the one from the UK I use all the time? Shit. They just updated it. Anyways, the guy's working on a new one, but there's another one. Anyways, they're good for training, but when you're using any computerized simulator like that, they prefer IR lasers, number one, but then second choice is red laser, right? And the reason why I don't say green lasers is green lasers are basically what they use on the screen for administrative things. So don't use a red laser. It won't I don't use a green laser mantis because it will register. It won't register as a hit is basically what I'm saying. All right. Cool Fire is awesome. I like Cool Fire because it actually cycles the gun. You get the perceived recoil. It racks the thing back, and I can still use it with those simulators. I've got a red laser, and I have an IR laser that goes onto the end of it. It allows me to use my gun, my optic. It's actually my gun with my optic, and I can press the thing out. They are coming out with a kit to go into an AR. It's going to drop in. You'll have basically a plug in the end of your barrel. That will be it'll have a laser in it, but it also uses the whole length of the tank, I guess, of being, anyways, it's good stuff. Point Blank Simulator, that's it right there. Point Blank Simulator. But I remember the guy there, he said something about that Point Blank Simulator. He was looking at a different company or something. He was splitting off. Anyways, good stuff indeed, guys. Good question. All right. I think that's about that. I'm caught up on questions, I believe. I got a couple of things that I wanted to talk about real quick, right? Here's the deal. This week's video, Emery is, so you guys know the deal. Emery, my buddy, dual citizenship, went to school here in America and everything. But he went back and served in the Israeli army like all good Israelis. A dual citizenship, great guy. So when this whole attack by Hamas happened over there, and I could care less what your political views are, from the river to the sea, me personally, I would carpet bomb the whole place. That's just me. But one thing I will say is Hamas are a bunch of animals, and I'm not saying the people are, but I'm saying the people are so brainwashed there that if they elect Hamas to be their government, then they're the ones that are failing. But Emery's already been back over to Israel twice, and so Emery's back at my house, and he's getting ready to go back over for another mission, and he's sitting there, and he's putting all the pouches on his body armor and everything, moving stuff around, because he had his body armor set up for doing assaulter stuff. And right, we're doing classes and everything, CQB stuff, and he's like, yeah, I've got a heavy breacher mission. I'm going to be doing heavy breaching, and so he's moving pouches around. And I'm asking him, like, so why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And he starts explaining it, and I'm like, that's a good TR video. So we filmed a video of Emery setting up his breacher body armor, and anyway, that was. Oh shit, that was months ago. But we wrapped up some of the B-roll on it. So anyways, my son told me it is uploaded. It's ready to go. And that video will go live Friday. Here's the deal. I know that video is going to get so many negative comments just because Emery wears an Israeli flag on him, on his shoulder. And I don't care, guys. I used to just block. I used to just delete those comments, but I've reached the point where I'm big on just blocking people now. I really am, and I don't care if you support Hamas or Israel. I don't care. That's not the point of the video. You understand? Emery is not on the video bashing Hamas. He's not on the video supporting Israel. It's a video about setting up body armor to be a heavy breacher. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it for U.S. MARSOC or U.S. Navy SEALs, for Dutch Delta Force, the Kiwis, it does not matter. All right. So for people to bash him because he was born with a Israeli nose, you understand, that doesn't make any sense at all, does it? Doesn't make any sense at all. It just doesn't. Sorry, guys. This mandarin orange is my that's my dinner. I I was supposed to have time to get out and go have dinner today, and it didn't pan out like that. I've got Steve texting me. He's got me in a group text. So I miss Steve Holland. I wish he was here. I wish he was doing the live stream at home with Nicholas, and I could sleep in right now. But I do love you guys. All right. So I'm caught up on questions. I'm gonna get out of that one. Go back. Somebody just. What is it? What is it? Okay. Oh, I just got another one. Nope, I did not. Okay. All right, guys. We're over an hour right now, and I can't see you guys. I can't. So we have 145 people here. I got 93 thumbs up. So obviously I must not be doing very good. I know you guys just want to chit chat and hang out here. But we've been doing this for over an hour. I've gotten caught up on questions. I have covered everything that I want to share with you guys. I will tell you guys that this Sunday coming up is Easter Sunday. So y'all just hang in there. I will be home. I will be home this weekend. I invite everybody to leave me alone till I get caught up on my work. How's that? I will get Ghost Anime. I will get the other two guys their certificates. And for those of you that are signed up for classes we got coming up, I'm excited to see you guys. If you guys have any suggestions for videos, put them in the comment section on Patreon. Not here, because you understand I don't have time to read the comment section of all these videos. I don't. So anyways, I want to say thank you to all of my patrons. Truly, you guys are awesome. You saw what I did there, the little shameless plug to get you guys to give me more thumbs up. Shameless, I know, shameless. But this is my shameless plug for you guys to join Patreon. We just had our Zoom. We do a once a month Zoom live stream, and it got ugly. It really got ugly. I showed up in a bad mood because I was already running late, and my patrons do not deserve to have me in a bad mood. So my wife's like, "Hey, you need to put on a happy face. Your patrons look forward to hanging out with you." So anyways, I'm mad. The internet wasn't working, nothing. And I come sliding into the parking lot. I'm already 20 minutes late, run in the internet, and I'm ready to punch the computer screen. And so as I hit start Zoom and I looked up, right, because I'm like, I got to find a happy place somewhere. And there was the refrigerator. And I remembered there was a brand new bottle of, I forgot what kind of rum it was, but it only had about an inch out of the top. And I knew somewhere in that bottle, if you swish the bottle, and there's label all over it, but if you swish that bottle around, somewhere in that bottle was a smiley face. And I did find it. I found my smiley face, and I had a good time. Unfortunately, I had too good a time, but being a patron, we have a great family, and I don't use that word loosely, guys. I value all my patrons. I really do. We've got a great family, and sincerely, I appreciate the support from all you guys. I got Peter throwing down some Hong Kong shekels. Peter, I don't know what they call dollars in Hong Kong, but he just threw down 10 of them, which is, I think that's $2. Peter here, I know it's you, Peter, right? What you think of Doomsday Recon book? Never heard of it. Doomsday Recon book. Never heard of it. You guys let me know if it's a good book. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat room have ever read it. You understand, guys, I try, because I'm on the road a lot, so I do a lot of audio books to read. you understand there's a lot of post-apocalyptic doomsday books out there, and I'm not big on a lot of them. I check them out, but some of them, they're just not very, very accurate. So they're just not very accurate. So I don't finish the series. I've read all of Angry American's books. He's got some side books that have been done with like other like authors. He's kind of pairs up with other authors, and there's one called Charlie's Requiem or something like that, which kind of happens. It's the same scenario that all his characters, Morgan and his wife Mel and the kids and Vlad, um, but it's in a different part of Florida happening at the same time. So they kind of play off of each other. They fill in holes. It's a great, great series. So if you've read the Home Alone books, that's a good one to go down. But I like books that are informative and historical fiction. All right. So if you guys don't know what I mean by historical fiction, about the best one I could give you is there's a book called Gates of Fire, and it's on my book list. If you guys want to see my book list, you go to tacticalrifleman.com, click on my Amazon store, and you'll see I actually have a book list on my Amazon store. The reason why I did it there was because I wanted you guys to get the correct. You understand there's a lot of books that have the same name, but I also wanted you to get the right, the right version of it and everything. So, what Gates of Fire is, it's actually about the Spartans. Everybody's seen the movie 300. That's a very theatrical movie. Okay, it talks about the 300 Spartans that fought against the Persian army. The reality is, it was the 300 Spartans with their 300 slaves, and almost all of them fought. And then there was other Greek units that were involved. And the book Gates of Fire is historical fiction, but it tells you a lot about the training and the tactics that the Spartans used back then. And it's not going to make you any more tactically sound on the modern battlefield, not at all. But it is still very, very good reading, very, very good reading indeed. And yeah, indeed, without a doubt. Other books, there's another book out there. If you guys are looking for books to read, there's another book that, and again, it's not even fiction. It is called "The End of the World Is Just the Beginning." Now, it's a guy that he does research, and he's a numbers guy. So, but he's a historical numbers guy, and his data is very, very accurate, like to the point to where he goes and briefs Langley like once or twice a year. The guy knows his stuff. Now, I don't agree with everything that he says, but I would do it on Audible, do the audiobook, because it's very, very dry. But if you've got I want to say it's like 13 or 15 hours. I did it on two road trips. Well, one road trip, but both directions. And it's a good book. I don't agree with all of his findings, because he is doing the numbers. He's crunching numbers. And the part he is missing is because he was never in the military, and he's missing the human factor, where you get like the Russian generals or something, or Chinese generals or American generals that don't want to see something happen. Well, if we're going to lose anyways, let's just do this. And that could throw monkey wrenches into things. But basically, if you read or listen to what he has to say, you'll see that it mirrors a lot of the things that I say to you guys here. I tell people not to worry about China. Our biggest problem with China is that our government is not worrying about China. Our corporate America is not worried about China. We are giving them our technology and all of our money because you guys want your flat screen TV that should cost $3,000. We want it for $400. And to do that, we have to give all of our money to China. And so why would they start a war with us when we're up here, but they are slowly, we're going up ever so slowly, but they are doing this. They're still down here. Why don't they just wait a couple of years till they've surpassed us, and then they can start a war with us? So you don't need to worry about them for the next few years, but our government and corporate America definitely need to be doing the right things to keep that from happening. And the reality is they're not. They're just not. They don't care. It's going to be up to you guys, because politicians and people in corporate America like getting all that money under the table. They like having all their profit margins coming in for their shareholders. It is what it is. Politicians, guys, is such a dirty word. It really is. So we've had a couple more questions come in. All right. Got another one here. I believe that's from Marvin. Sup, Marvin. Keep up the great work, TR. I appreciate it, Marvin. Yes, yeah, you guys understand this is hard. All right. I've been on the road for 3 weeks. I've been on the road all day long. I actually posted a little thing on Instagram today of me just shooting a suppressed 308 rifle. That was the funnest 5 minutes of my day. And what did I do? I ended up having to turn it into an Instagram post. So I come back to the hotel room. I wanted to go to dinner. I actually got invited out by the Texas A&M Corps Cadets Marksmanship Team, not coach, not Gunny, but a bunch of the cadets that I had trained down at Mid-South. They're like, Karl, we heard you're in town. We want to take you out to dinner. You know how awesome that is to have the cadets say, then there's just some of the upperclassmen. They're like, hey, Karl, we want to take you out. We want to thank you for everything that you've done for us. And I had to tell them no. I don't have time. I don't have time for dinner. So this is dinner, guys. I've got three mandarins left. So it is hard. So I appreciate it, Marvin. I appreciate the words of thanks here and the $10. I appreciate it. I'll try not to spend it all on ammo. Oh, Susan Britcher threw down 20 Australian quid. So that doesn't have the Queen's picture anymore on it, does it? Does it? It should have King Charles. Susan threw down 20 bones for another bottle of rum next Patreon Zoom. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a definite maybe. We'll see. I'll tell you what. If I get 5 more Silver Star patrons by next month, I will drink some more rum. I will not drink that much more rum, though. I'm going to be on a limit. It is not polite for me to drink that much. I have no idea what I said. Couldn't remember it the next day. I was just, when I ask people, hey, what did I say? Everybody just smiles and say, yeah, that was a good one. And that kind of scares me. So, anyways, good stuff indeed. Brandy, Moody, you just have your wife keep sending me that apple pie moonshine, and which, by the way, I'm out. Everybody on the Hill are big fans of Moody 2's wife's apple pie moonshine. You know, Moody, I was looking through some old Army pictures, and there was a picture of you sitting there with, you remember Sergeant Rogers, our platoon sergeant? He was sitting there. I want to say we were like at Camp Lejeune or somewhere, and we were in the hide site. We'd all come back together, and I saw that picture, and it was the back of your head, but the side back of your head, and I was like, that's Moody 2. Moody 2 always had this bleached flat top. He looked like I think he'd seen Rocky 2 too many times. He was like the Russian. He had the Russian's haircut, anyways. Funny stuff indeed. Indeed. So yeah, Moody, I miss you guys. For all my patrons out there, I know I owe you story time coming up here in a couple of days. I might even try to record something on the way home if I can find my mics, but I don't think I brought them with me. Maybe I did. If I got them, I'll record your story on the way home. If not, I'll record you something after I get home. What else? Yeah, we're gonna have us a great year. We're gonna have us a great year indeed. And 2024 is going to be so much better than 2023. 2025, guys, you need to be looking at 2025. That is post-election, and that's the year that you're looking at the grand stupidity out there. I just had Philip Wilson pitch down $20 minus shipping and handling, donation for alcohol for the next Patreon call. You guys must have really, really enjoyed that. I appreciate y'all rubbing it in. I will spend that on ammo, probably. I can live with that. It's all good. It's all good. No, seriously. No, I'll spend it on what was that called? It was Blue Chair rum. Blue Chair. It's from the Caribbean, and you can find it sometimes in certain places, but it is very, very good rum. Very, very. It's my favorite kind of rum. Almost as good as my favorite song, but I can't play my favorite song here. Not with you guys. My second favorite song is a song called Lotion, and you can look it up. It's hilarious. All right, guys, we are coming up on 8:30. I've covered what I want to cover. And again, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Venture Surplus for sponsoring this month, right? They bring the Army Surplus store to your door. You can go to venturesurplus.com, free shipping and returns. And the cool part is they've got the cool Army equipment. They really do. So always great stuff. For those of you that are coming to the class in April, I look forward to hanging out with you guys there. We're going to have us some great, great, great classes. The weather is going to be awesome because I'm requesting rain, and rain is great there in Tennessee because it doesn't get that muddy. Rain is going to make you test out your kit. No, seriously, we're gonna have sunshine the whole time. I'm going to be picking up my bees soon. I lost the beehive over the winter. I did. I feel bad. I'm not a good caretaker. My other bees made it through, but I'm getting Russian bees this time. Got a Russian queen and a nuke of Russian bees. It's going to be awesome. Got a lot going on. Maybe that's a good story time or a quick tip: how to put bees in a beehive without dying. Gonna be funny stuff. All right, guys, I'm gonna bail on you. I've got to, I don't know. I'm safe in College Station. I got 2 spare mags. Maybe I'll go grab myself a No, I won't. I'm gonna end up going to sleep. I'm gonna be asleep in 20 minutes, guys. Because that coffee right there, that's not gonna keep me awake. And I poured 2 of those in there. That didn't help either. So I'll see y'all next time. Next Tuesday, I will be back home. We'll have the studio back again. I will invite Steve Holland up. I miss Steve just like you guys do. I'll see y'all next time, all right? And big thanks to my moderators and all of you guys out there. Y'all take care and shoot straight.